you guys? Your girl Nia J.
And Pamela Nicole.
And this is another episode of
Dynasty Queens.
You guys, today's episode of Dynasty Queens is brought to you by our official sponsor, Fashion Nova. Make sure you check out their new collection. Summer is fast approaching and you can get your 40% off. Don't forget to click the QR code at the bottom of the screen. Ew, love it. Okay, so...
Honey.
So what are we talking about today, boo?
You know, we're on Instagram constantly.
Okay.
We see all these stars on live and just the engagement that they have or don't have with their fans and everything. Remember when we were growing up and it was like Michael Jackson and it was just, you saw all the fans like going crazy going crazy in the audience.
The fandemonium.
Yeah, girl,
passing out and whatnot for MJ.
You know what I'm saying? What about present day? I mean, that was like in the 80s, 90s. Like,
yeah, 80s, 90s.
What are you thinking about that?
So I guess
present day.
What we're saying is, how much weight does stardom carry? Because you know, today we have social media. You know, we have YouTube, we have Instagram, we have Facebook. It almost seems like since we get to have like that personal touch and connection with these celebrities, if you will, it's almost like they're regular people at this point.
That's what it feels like, for sure.
I know that we always, had tabloids and stuff and, back in the day, but they still seem like unreachable. That initial thing, that concept of how Hollywood was started. Yeah. The stars, you're in the sky, you're above regular
above
society,
everybody,
supposedly, or whatever. But I do feel that the tide has changed.
Okay.
What are some reasons you think?
Honestly, like you were saying, people have more reach and can actually like comment on certain videos or whatever. Mm-hmm. They're even getting the people to pay for Patreon. Like, yes, right. I know Cardi B has a subscription where if you want the day in the life of Cardi B, right, all you got to do is pay a fee and you have access to her. That's
the word right there. Access.
Yes.
That's something that we didn't have before. People like your Diddy's or whatever, they wake up hopping on Gram while they're still in bed, may have a little slobber out the corner of their mouth or whatever. And they're engaging with their audience. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So I think because we do have that personal touch to a lot of celebrities, it kind of has downplayed that aspect a lot. Now you still have your people like your Beyonce's.
Oh, yes.
And she purposely, and I know this is why she does it, she purposely does not give her audience or anybody direct access that way. Mm-hmm. You still have to go to her website, subscription, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she doesn't follow anybody.
This is true.
On social media.
Yeah.
So I think by her doing that, she's still playing that field and she's giving herself leverage above, some of the other artists that are out there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I feel that way about Beyonce. I feel that she's smart in that way because that's why she can still sell. How much were her concert tickets this time around?
Girl, thousands of dollars,
Thousands,
right? Y'all.
Right. So name somebody who is always like on Instagram, like every day, like a big celebrity, A-lister.
A-lister.
And I'm gonna bring it back to a point.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you want to talk like music artists, T.I. is constantly on. Slim Thug. Like just every time I get on the gram, it's always T.I.
Not Slim Thug.
It's always Slim Thug. It's, one of the Kardashians. Like there's always somebody that's,
Yeah, the
on.
Kardashians, they're on there. But as far as like, and we'll talk about like the other genres of artistry, but specifically for music, I guess right now. Would you pay $1,300 to go see T.I.?
Love T.I. like I do, but no.
Okay.
No.
Who's a female that's always on there?
Let's see. Female that's always on
that's always gram. Like on social media, like every day, every morning, like, hey, I like an artist. I'm trying to think of somebody. I know you said Cardi B.
Yeah, Cardi B. I mean, I know Danny Lay is always on there,
Yeah, well,
she doesn't have as, like, the reach.
Yeah, that reach.
Like, we're looking like the, double-digit millions. I'm trying to think, hon. Sierra, possibly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess my point with that is, are we going to pay $1,300 to see any of these people?
No. and the thing is, with that $1,300, look, if I'm paying, quadruple digits for something, I got to have some kind of amenities that go along with the price that I'm paying. It's got to be worth my while, if you will.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I just feel like with today's day and age, we have that connection. Now at the same time, artists who have transitioned to having like YouTube and stuff, they kind of work that in their favor.
It's
you
true.
know, or even with, platforms like the one that we have.
Right.
So, I'm trying to think of somebody else who is always making themselves available to the audience. There's a lot of artists who do it in a negative way too.
Oh.
The drama, the nonstop. Ooh.
Oh,
know what? You already know who I'm thinking.
Yes.
Who am I thinking about?
Blueface baby.
and Krishan. What you got to say about them?
Hot Mess Express. I mean, there's really no other way to describe it. It's literally, I will get up in the morning and the shade room is just, the tea is piping hot. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Always.
It's spilling over. It's hot. It's boiling.
With Krishan and Blueface baby. It's crazy.
Right. So how do you think that type of attention, do you think, they're getting to the bag, I guess you could say, but do you think in the long run it's detrimental to both of their careers? Or do you think, over time people will forget about that part of it and just be like...
No, definitely. I definitely think it is detrimental because, a lot of people on socials are comparing it to it's like a new age Ike and Tina situation,
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah, and that's pretty bad. Like I don't think I'd ever want to be categorized in that kind of way with my relationship. That's wild, And although they had their show and everything, they're getting the attention, they're getting the views, and at this day and age, you're getting paid for the views. Right. Honestly, that's how it's working in this day and age with,
and also
socials.
booking gigs and stuff as well. I
guess,
for sure. Perform or whatever and stuff like that. But by all means, Krishan, if you want to stop by Dynasty Queens, we are, readily available for you, baby girl. You can come speak your piece and explain your side of the story and clear things up. And I think that would be pretty cool too,
That would be, female empowerment.
Female empowerment. I'm all here for it.
Yes.
Who else can I think of? What's funny is, remember like the early days of reality television? One of the first celebrity families that I remember seeing on TV were the Osbournes.
Yes.
Remember them?
Oh, yes.
Right? That was a shitstorm. To say the least. That was a complete shitstorm.
And I think they're like the pioneers of like raggedy reality TV. I guess is the way I want to say raggedy reality TV, because after that, you had like what Jersey Shore came out, even though they weren't like a family, but wow.
I guess my point with the Osbournes is what was it? The Kelly and Jack, right?
Right.
The kids, Kelly and Jack. I've heard stories that they kind of turned to drug abuse because of that attention. Yes, their father was almost always famous.
Yeah.
They were just, existing as regular rich kids before, getting a taste of that. And supposedly, all of that attention that people in their homes all day and the world knowing their story kind of drove them to addiction.
That. Yeah. And that seems to be like an ongoing thing with a lot of like reality stars and everything. I do want to also say, like, with their addiction and everything, Ozzy was always on something, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the apple don't fall too far from the tree, you know what I mean?
Exactly. What has he not done? So, right, that part. But I do feel it can have a negative impact. Now, in an opposite light, I feel like, speaking about T.I. again, he had his TV show with his family. Yes. Family Hustle. Mm-hmm. I feel that was very empowering.
Indeed.
And it was a positive,
Indeed.
A positive look at it because, they had all facets. They had his mom, his sister who passed away, I believe, all of his kids, Tiny and everything, all of her friends. And they really just showcased what their family dynamic was.
Absolutely.
And they kept it kind of, I guess, genuine without all the drama. They just let it play out.
It wasn't like as, sometimes it can be scripted, but it wasn't as bad. Another really great Black family that had their reality, Run's House, Rev Run.
Oh, you know what?
They were fantastic. That was a
great show.
Yes.
I used to watch that like all the time. back in high school. I used to love that show. It was
very wholesome and, you know.
And then we got to learn about Angela and Vanessa. And then remember the little shoe pastries? Remember that?
Yes. Yes.
I don't think I ever got up here, but that was definitely hot when I was in high school.
You know.
Yeah, Reverend Run. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
what would he do? How did he start the show? Would he be like in the bathtub doing like little quotes on his, what was it, a sidekick?
Yeah, man. Yes, a sidekick.
That is early 2000s for real. That was so funny. I liked his wife too and everything. That was a cool show.
It was just like a whole, it made it really made you feel like you were part of the family.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
For sure. MTV at that time was
hot.
It was hot. I used to love The Real World and stuff like that.
Mm.
And that's how Tammy from Basketball Wives, she started off on The Real World too. Yeah. Girl, speaking of Basketball Wives, oh my God. How do you feel about that type of reality television?
Man, I mean, you're always going to have drama. I really feel like in that industry, it's just women are just very just catty for no reason. Just very catty. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Just super catty for no reason. It's like, y'all have the money, y'all have the means. Mm-hmm. What is there to fight about when you got everything? Yeah. That's how I personally feel about it.
Well, with those type of shows, the production, they do like to jazz it up a bit, Mm-hmm. They'll tell somebody, hey, bring the energy, if she makes you mad, you can, throw something at her or whatever. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the ratings for that type of trash reality. Yeah. I will admit, though, I did watch Basketball Wives when it first came out. Other shows like that, Love and Hip Hop. Yeah. But you really know what the precursor to all of that was? And God rest his soul, Jerry Springer. Think about it.
Very true.
Jerry Springer was a precursor to modern day reality television.
This is so true. And
it was the model for it. I mean, because think about it. What kind of foolery would you see? Would you see on Jerry Springer? All kinds. I'm trying to think of like the craziest thing I've seen on Jerry Springer. I don't know. They had all kind of random stuff. But
yeah, girl, like this is the baby mama, baby daddy drama.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was more so Mari,
Oh, Mari too.
Jerry Springer would have married my third cousin. We had 7 kids, and then I'm cheating on her with a tranny type of stuff. Facts. All over the place.
Out of control.
Right. But to go with that, Mari Povich. I don't know why. I mean, his show lasted so long, so many seasons. Yes. And it was because it was so...
The drama.
So dramatized. And then the ladies running off the set when...
But boo-hooing. You knew that one. You knew that one, your baby daddy. Like, come on.
But girl, some of the topics on Mari would be so funny. Like, they would always do like a, what's it called? They would have the headline, like the main topic at the bottom. They would keep that at the bottom of the screen. What do you call that? Like the little, not a sound bite. But whatever. And so let's say, for example, they would have, got pregnant at 13 and hit, just the craziest scenarios and stuff. Now, before we got into reality TV, you remember Jenny Jones?
Oh, girl.
Growing up. See, I would watch this stuff when I would missed school. When I'm sick at home, I'd be like, let me watch me some Jenny Jones and Ricky Lake.
It's like, we're missing the good stuff during the day.
So, I was watching a show on Hulu. Yeah. And they were talking about the 90s or whatever being the deadliest decade. And they were talking about trash TV. The Jerry Springers, all the people we're talking about. Yeah. Jenny Jones, Ricky Lake. Mm-hmm. There was an episode of Jenny Jones where a guy was invited on by his friend to tell him to reveal a secret. And so... they're on set, in front of the live studio audience. Back then, they had live studio audiences, Yeah. And the friend comes out, and Jenny's like, reveal, what your secret is to your friend or whatever. And then the guy's like, oh, I have a secret crush on you. And the audience starts laughing hysterically and everything. The guy's just like, oh, well, I'm straight. Sorry. Come to find out 2 weeks later, he murders the guy who...
Wow. Yeah. Plot twist.
Plot twist. So that kind of really shows the negative aspect of what trash TV can do, or reality TV.
Exactly. And in a sense, when you said that, it's just like he was probably embarrassed beyond belief.
You know,
how do you handle something like that on live TV? You know,
yeah, for sure.
And he snapped.
It dehumanizes. It dehumanizes you in that aspect.
Absolutely.
If it's negative, it dehumanizes you, and if it's more positive, it makes you more relatable and more human.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. So I feel with the trash TV, there's pros and cons to both.
Yeah.
What about the judge shows? What was your favorite judge show growing up?
Judge Mathis.
Judge Mathis was your favorite?
One of my favorites. Yeah.
Girl, why did I think you go say Judy?
Judge Judy was good, but I don't know. Like,
why Mathis? What was so special? I mean, I remember his show. What was so special about Mathis?
It was just interesting to me. That was actually honestly one of the ones I was home to watch. So
yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean? Like back with cable TV, you just watch what you could at the time. So that Judge Mathis was for me. So
yeah, I guess he would really tell it to them straight.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Really I know Judge Judy had like all the juice, all the tea.
She'd be like, "Hey, shut up. I'm talking. Shut up. You don't overtalk me. I'll kick you out of my courtroom."
But getting into the 2000s, who's like a perfect mix of all of those people?
Who?
Dr. Phil, girl.
Oh, I forgot about Dr.
Phil. He literally hit all the crazy points because you had crazy people on the show.
Wait, for real. Dr. Phil was like a mix of like Oprah, a mix of Jerry,
Mari.
Okay, all of it. Yeah, Dr. Phil, his show was hot.
Mm-hmm. And which actually leads, that is reality TV. And then it led into other reality TV segments because Bad Baby, she was on Dr. Phil.
Oh,
Cash Me Outside. How about that? Yeah. And she's a millionaire now. That's insane.
Well, that's probably
her rap career.
I think that's from OnlyFans. I don't think it's from, what you said, her rap career?
Mm-hmm.
Girl, that's from OnlyFans. Quit playing. That's from OnlyFans.
Yes.
It's kind of weird, but I think when she turned 18, there were all these men waiting for her to.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, to sign up and stuff. So she's,
all these
she's
men.
able to, buy into that, and it's been paying off for her. So, I mean, you have your horror stories and you have your more positive stories as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to think of another type of show that really showcased that. Judge Joe Brown. He was another one.
Oh, yeah.
The People's Court.
Oh, the People's Court was wild.
It was wild.
Wild, girl. And remember Cheaters too? Cheaters was another great show that just showcased the drama.
What was Cheaters? Was that, I mean, I know what it was, but I'm saying, would you consider it to have been a segment of reality, or was it more so like a, I don't know. What was it?
Definitely like the beginning stages of like reality for sure. Because, you got the live camera.
Yeah.
And you're, catching it in the act and stuff. Definitely.
Right. It's really like impromptu, just like catch you off guard.
Bad Boys 2.
No.
Oh. Cops. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Cops. Look, I'm like, Bad Boys.
What
Cops.
You gonna do?
Hey, what you gonna do when they come for you? Yes.
Okay.
Now, that was another like early on reality show too.
That was the precursor to First 48.
Right.
If you think about it, there's like so many different segments of that, because I don't know if you call those type of shows reality when they're talking about like Cops, yes.
For
but
sure.
First 48, what was that? It wasn't a dramatization because it was based off of
true
real
events
stories
and stuff, yeah.
A piece. It was more of a true crime piece, or
for
meets
sure.
reality.
Almost like a docu-series in a sense. It's like a medley of different things, honestly.
Yeah.
So there's not really one like specific place to put it.
Like a 60 Days In type. Have you seen that show before?
Yes.
What do you think about that? And could you have done an episode of 60 Days In?
Absolutely not.
For the viewers who don't know what 60
not.
Days In was or is, I think it still comes on E&E or whatever.
Yeah, I think it does.
Pretty much, it's a television show that is surrounded by people that go undercover to go within the prison system for, 2 months?
2 months, yeah.
Without getting uncovered, just to try to see what's, the ins and outs and what people are sneaking into the prisons as far as like drugs, contraband, all that kind of stuff. Cell phones, laptops, guns, all that kind of stuff. So as the people kind of assimilate into the jails, all kind of drama starts, right?
Yes.
Crazy stuff. And then they have like their confession cams and stuff. I mean, And some people make it through. And I think if you're able to complete the program, you get money. You get compensated, right? Yeah.
That's just trauma. Like, it's just way too much trauma. And the fact that you could possibly get caught by the inmates, like that's
shanked and really messed up.
No, it's not worth it for me. Honestly.
I remember one episode of that particular show. There was a guy who ended up fighting somebody over like a cup of noodles, like
yeah.
And then he was so terrified because he wasn't really about that life. He was a plant. So I think the other prisoners were starting to be like, something's off with him. We don't think that he's, like
who he says he is.
Informant. Of course, they didn't know a show was going on, but they thought he was,
Man.
So he was terrified. He was like, they had like an emergency camera or a phone or something that was like hidden where they could be like, hey, help, like get me out of here. Right. So this guy, he waited like a day or two and just stayed isolated like in his little sleeping bag, like ducked off, to the corner. And he was terrified. And he was like, I don't know why I decided to
do that.
To take part in this show because...
That's too much.
It is.
This is way too much, girl.
Yeah.
No.
And I even think like shows like that can leave a psychological impact.
Most definitely.
Most definitely.
Another show that does that, Fear Factor.
Fear Factor. That was
where I was going.
I used to love that show.
Would you do Fear Factor?
Oh, it depends on what my challenges are, girl. What are my challenges? Give me my challenges.
Okay, so your top 3 challenges. Let's see.
Remember, you have to start with
something like very like
the first challenge was always like related to like water or catching something. Or the second one was eating the critters or lying in a vault of rats or something like that. So give me some stuff.
Okay, so if you started off, let's see, man. Okay, you're in like kind of a just vaulted room, pitch black, water's rising.
Okay.
You can't see nothing. And you have to last 90 seconds. But the water's coming in really fast.
I'm going to hold my breath. I'm going to get past the first round.
You going to get past the first round?
I'll get past the first round.
All right, cool. How about the second?
Give it to me tough for second round. What you got for me?
Let's see. The second one. Okay. Let's just say someone's impersonating like some crazy person coming at you. You have one hallway to run down, and it's like a long hallway, like 2-3 miles.
Okay.
And you're trying to outrun this person with a knife.
But see, they can't really stab me.
No, it's just a depiction, so they're not going to really, but you don't know that.
I don't, okay.
But you don't know that.
I don't know it though.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just come in full force at you, and what you doing?
Well, good thing I run 2 miles, a couple times a week, so I think I'm going to get on down and get up out of there.
Running as fast as you can? As fast as your little legs carry you?
As fast as I can, girl, because Boogeyman not getting me.
Not today. Not today. Let me see. Like, I just...
So
third, like, I don't even know.
Right, girl. Something crazy. Let me think. I would give you a food challenge. Let me see what I'm gonna have you eat on Fear Factor. I'm gonna have you eat. You have to choose. Okay, so you're gonna have 3 boxes, right?
Okay.
Before Joe Rogan puts the lid down, one of them has monkey balls.
Okay.
The second one has the second vault has what? Cheetah eyeballs.
Not cheetah eyeballs, man.
And then the third one has I don't know. Let me think. The third one has like freaking I don't know, elephant hoof.
Like a fragment of a hoof? Or like what are we talking? How big are we talking, girl?
A baby elephant's hoof. Like the bottom.
Nia! My mouth ain't that big, first of all. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Give me a hammer and a nail. I'll chisel a piece off.
So that third box, you're going to have a little electric saw situation in there. Like
man.
ready to go. You have to like eat a couple pieces of it.
Oh, okay. Well.
So what we got, I said we had
We had the monkey balls.
Cheetah eyeballs.
Chester's eye.
Yeah. And then the elephant
hoof.
hoof.
Baby elephant hoof. All right. I have questions first before
Everything's raw.
Okay, everything's raw. Okay, I have another question.
What's that?
Do I have to chew or can I just swallow these eyes and balls?
It's however you want it to go down.
Man. I mean, yeah, I'm doing
swallowing
it.
the balls.
No, I'm chiseling the hoof, man. That's just cute. That's just, cuticle and nail. That's skin. That's hardened skin.
But you have no water. You have nothing to drink it down with. But you have to finish it in order to move on to the next
and how long do I have for this baby elephant hoof?
They would give them 90 seconds.
Oh, you trying to kill me, girl. I'll take Chester's eye then for $500, Alex. Oh, man.
Do you think you would have been able to eat the roaches and stuff?
Girl, you gonna lost your mind. No, you already know how I feel about roaches.
You're right.
Absolutely not.
So which bug can you see yourself? I could see myself slurping down an earthworm if I had to. I'm gonna just imagine it's ramen like in my head, slurp it up real quick.
All right.
If I had to because I think at the time it was 50,000 on the line. Now, if they bring the show back, they need to raise the grand prize because inflation is real.
For sure.
So I think the grand prize needs to be $250K.
Okay, that's fair.
That's
fair.
But yeah, Fear Factor was.
But however, if you think about it, people are a lot more daring these days. Like,
you think so?
I've tried ants before. They're not bad.
Huh?
Yeah, I've tried ants before.
What does that
mean?
They
were roasted.
Roasted?
Yeah.
Where, in Vegas?
No, this was a while back.
Oh. You had chocolate covered ants or just like fire ants?
They were just actually roasted and like salted. Not bad.
What's the flavor?
It's very nutty. Very, very nutty. If you've ever had insects, they tend to be very nutty.
Okay.
In flavor, like cashews, peanuts. Don't get it twisted.
So they're a little salty there? Is that what you're saying?
Little salty.
Little salt to them.
Yeah. So, but you know what? Like I'm saying, the thing is, people are more adventurous in this day and age. You have people that are pescatarian. There's people out there, they don't consume any meat, but they eat insects.
Yeah, that's true.
So, that's insects, it's the new wave of, eating food and everything. So.
I mean, I've had some delicacies before. I have not have ants before. I haven't had that. I've had escargot and, stuff like that, but not the ants.
I recommend you try it.
I'd be willing to try scorpion.
Oh, okay.
If it was sauteed, with some butter and a little...
It's a little dangerous, babe.
A little Tony.
Living on the edge. A little Tony Satcher.
We're from Houston, so you got to put Tonys on everything.
This is true. This is true.
But yeah, I'll try a little scorpion.
Okay. A little dangerous eating.
So I think also coming back to, what we were saying earlier, I also think there are some, I'm not going to say any names or anything, but some of the blog sites and stuff really help catapult the negativity as well. I really don't see too much positivity coming from some of these blog sites. And I feel either the celebrities run with it or they try to hide from it. So if you're a celebrity in today's day and age and you're not making, what pages and stuff I'm talking about, if you're not making those, some may feel like, okay, cool. But others feel like that's helping their brand. Yeah. Whether it's negative or positive.
They're going to take whatever they can get at that point.
Take whatever they can get. So I think along with the lines of what you're saying about people being less fearful, that has something to do with it as well. Because attention, let me tell you something. Attention is a drug. People seek it. So some people are willing to do anything regardless of how stupid
this is true
or idiotic it makes them look.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but they fail to realize that carries on forever. You can't escape that, especially like in media. You're going to always be known as, like we were talking about Bad Baby. She is the Cash Me Outside girl. That is what she is known for. Even if she does some wonderful charity work, she finds a cure for cancer, like whatever it is, she will always be known as the Cash Me Outside girl.
Very true.
Yeah,
that's very true. And also with the negativity that comes from it, like I said, it can, drive some people mad or they get that obsession to keep wanting more. For example, I would never, but this is me, everybody's different.
Yeah, of course.
I would never put my personal stuff, if I'm going through issues with a significant other, run to, my social medias and put all this stuff and all the receipts. You know, that's what we call them. The screenshots, the text messages, you know, the photos, the leaked photos. I would never run to social because I already have a platform and people that I know, you know. So that would, for me, that would be a lot of negative energy. But I feel like some women and men
very much
are running to social media to bash their ex or current partner just for the attention because they know it's going to make the blogs, especially if they're dating a big name.
Absolutely.
It's also going to drive traffic to their page.
Very true.
So that's another form of marketing yourself, you know, unfortunately, is through the negativity.
For sure.
But once again, people are chasing that. They're chasing that fame bug.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't last. Like, it just, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't last at all.
But you have to really, like, outweigh the consequences. Like you're saying, like, with that. It's Bad Bobby. Bad Barb. Isn't it Bad Bobby?
Is it Bad Baby?
Bad Baby.
It's Bad Baby.
Whatever,
yeah.
same thing. She, at that young age, she's not thinking about how it's going to impact her later on in life.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Another thing with, like, Krishan, you know, when she goes on platforms like the one that we have here, I kind of hear the people interviewing her kind of talking to her, you know, crazy or not giving her the respect that I think anybody deserves.
Yeah.
But it's because of how she's, you know, portrayed herself or put herself out there.
Exactly.
So look, either, yes, you can monetize from
you know, the
from
platforms
putting yourself
and stuff.
out there, you know, constantly with showing the world everything.
True, but there's consequences.
Sure, there's consequences.
Always.
There can be positive and negative, both.
For sure.
But me personally, I just choose to, you know, keep it simple, keep it cute, keep it classy, and keep it, of course, about business. Yeah, I just don't
all day
feel the world has to know every little detail.
Exactly.
But everybody's different.
Very true.
So, yeah, I think that's some good points, right?
Absolutely, babe. Absolutely.
Right. You guys feel free to chime in, like, in the comments. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
We want your feedback.
We have our chat as well, so please comment in the chat.
Because we can revisit some of these and, you know, be like, polls, you know, so.
Exactly.
All the feedback matters, but all I know is that that's how I feel. I just can't do it. I just can't put all my business out there for the world to just, you know, not that way.
Because there's things that you know, if things don't work out, there's things you will want to forget, and people will never let you live it down. So, you know.
Exactly. Well, that was some good stuff, girl.
Indeed, baby.
Right. So, once again, in signing off and closing, you guys can't forget this is Dynasty Queens. I'm your girl, Nia J.
I'm Pamela Nicole.
Until next time, Dynasty
Queens.